Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time.
We're going to fight these tariffs with countermeasures.
Trade war is bad for working people.
This is an extraordinary day for the world economy.
Is a major blow to the world economy. I deeply regret this choice.
They will be, because we never charge anybody anything. Now we're going to European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders.
U.S. President Donald Trump has fired the first shots in a sweeping new trade war. He has imposed brutal tariffs that threaten to upend global markets. At the heart of it, a universal 10% tariff on all imports into the U.S. for everyone, as well as higher duties on several countries, particularly in Asia. These measures risk dismantling entire business models for thousands of companies, factories, and entire countries in a way. It's the biggest upheaval in global trade norms since World War II. Is this merely a negotiation tactic, or is there more to it? The U.S. administration suggests it's a strategy to fund planned tax cuts. As the world reeled under Trump's tariff moves, the U.S. president said, and I'm quoting, "The operation is over, the patient lived and is healing. The prognosis is that the patient will be far stronger, bigger, better, and more resilient than ever before," quote unquote. That's what Trump posted on his Truth Social platform less than an hour before Wall Street opened for trading. Asked the White House, and it has bluntly said, I'm quoting, "This is not a negotiation, it's a national emergency," quote unquote. And what's the worst part, you ask? While Trump says he wants to protect his country, his measures are a disaster for the world's poorest countries. Reactions have been swift. Asian markets plummeted. Both China and the EU have vowed countermeasures. Australia and Italy have condemned this quote-unquote economic sabotage. Economists say this is the biggest change in global trade in 100 years. We've entered an era of uncertainty. What will the cost of this trade war be, really? Will it drive countries towards new alliances? Has America risked global isolation? Can it maintain its position while shaking the foundations of international trade? The barrage of tariffs targeted the European Union with a staggering 20%, Japan 24%, South Korea 25%, Taiwan at an astounding 32%. European Commission President has described Trump's tariffs as a major blow to the world economy. She said she deeply regretted the U.S. move and warned of immense consequences.
President Trump's announcement of universal tariffs on the whole world, including the European Union, is a major blow to the world economy. I deeply regret this choice. Let's be clear-eyed about the immense consequences. The global economy will massively suffer. Uncertainty will spiral and trigger the rise of further protectionism.
Even an uninhabited Antarctic island caught in the crossfire. Take a look at this picture on your screen. Satellite images of Heard and McDonald Islands located in the sub-Antarctic Indian Ocean. No one lives there, but they are Australian territory. And so they face a 10% tariff by the White House. Among the most baffling decisions, in a way, is the hefty 29% tariff on Norfolk Island, a tiny Australian outpost that's located just about 600 miles off the coast of eastern Australia. And according to the U.S. government data, the U.S. has recorded trade deficits with Norfolk Island for the past 3 years. This tiny island now shares a list with global giants like China, the EU, even though it has negligible manufacturing capacity. That's not all. Cambodia was slapped with Asia's highest tariff rate of 49%. You know how much the average Cambodian earns a day? Around $6.65. That's less than a fifth of the global average. Madagascar, which is one of the world's poorest countries, was hit with a rate of 47%. Bangladesh hit with 37%. Laos was hit with a 48%. Southern African nation of Lesotho was hit by a 50% tariff. And in Myanmar, which is still coming to terms with the devastating earthquake last week, was hit with a 45% duty. No wonder economists are questioning the fairness of America's tariff calculations, given its oversized impact on the poorest countries in a way. And Trump says he wants to get the U.S. trade deficit back to zero. But it's truly a total rewiring of the global economy. Tariffs at this scale on Asia will hike prices of clothes, toys, electronics much more quickly. The question is, how is the rest of the world responding? And what lies ahead? What's next? A messy global trade war, it seems.